Hi, today we'll do a code in JavaFX. We'll do it on file choosers. So it's a specialized dialog box. It's gonna bring up a pop-up window that you can select a file from. It depends on what operating system you're using. So Windows will look different than Mac, and Mac will look different than Linux or whatever. So we'll start in the main class. I think we're just using one class. Yeah, we're just using one class, I think. So we'll import some stuff. So import java.io.file. Then we'll import java.io.io exception. So we're probably going to have to throw IO exception as well. Then we'll import java.util.scanner. Then we'll import JavaFX.application.application. Import JavaFX.scene.scene. Scene.scene. And then stage.stage, JavaFX.stage, stage.stage. Then we'll import JavaFX.scene.control.text area. Then we'll import JavaFX.scene.text.font. To import JavaFX.stage.FileChooser. So after all that, we'll just create the class. So public class main extends application. Open square brackets. Then we'll say we'll create a private variable. So private primary stage. Whoops, lowercase. So private primary stage. Whoops, sorry. So it's just private stage, primary stage. Well, I didn't have to delete that, but that's okay. So private stage, primary stage. Then we'll create the start method underneath. So public void start takes a parameter, stage primary stage, setting up the primary stage. Then we'll call the file chooser class. We'll say FC. We could just say file chooser like that. Whatever you want, honestly, it doesn't really matter. You can name it whatever you want. Equals new file chooser. So just reference the file chooser class again, instantiate it. Then we'll say file. We'll say selected file. You can say user file here. Selected user file. File selected user file equals file chooser dot show open dialog on the primary stage. So you could have set it to show somewhere else, but we're gonna just set it up to show on the primary stage. So then we'll create a text area. So text area, we'll say we could just say text area field, something like that. Text area field. Then we'll say equals to new text area. No parameters. Then we'll say so what will we say after this? We'll say content. No, what do we say? We said text area field equals new text area. Then we'll say, actually we'll call text area field again. So text area field dot set font. So we'll set the font of the text in the field. So we'll say to new font object, and then we'll say we could just say Helvetica, and then size 14. It doesn't say in the real fonts because it's in string format. I noticed IntelliJ doesn't show that anything in string format that they take. It's not coded in. It doesn't give you an option to, like if I go like this, I put 2 parentheses and I say like a font. It doesn't come up with any options, so that's kind of one of their faults that I noticed in this JavaFX framework. They haven't updated that. So if you were to make another IDE better than IntelliJ, that would be the way to go to fix that. Have options come up in those strings. Helvetica, so I didn't even know how you spell it, but that's okay. So then after that we'll say text area field dot set editable to false, because by default I think the field's editable, the text area field, or the text area. So then we'll say if selected user file equals to null, so no file is chosen. Then we'll say text area field dot set text to no file selected. Then we'll say else. Scanner scan equals new scanner. Selected user file, so it's going to scan in that file. So I guess it's a text file in this case. Why is there scanner scan equals new scanner? Do we import scanner? Why is there an error on that? Else, so first we forgot these. Add those. Now it's not giving me those brackets properly. I hate how it does that. Tries to format it for you. Okay, now it's gone away. The red lines are really hard to see, I noticed that. So what's up with this one? Statement expected. So else scanner scan equals scanner selected user file. Then we'll say, we'll create a string. Actually, we can do it up here. Or we can do it locally to a string. We can just say file content equals empty quotations. Oh, we got a spelling mistake here. Content. So then scanner scan equals new scanner. We'll pass in selected user file. Stupid thing won't even go to where I want to do. So then say while scan.has next. So while it has something, while it has a token, then we'll say, whoa, something's messed up here. If, what is up with this? I noticed that because the brackets are all messed up. Why is this like this? It keeps formatting it automatically. I don't want it to do that. So if selected user file equals null, if else, this should have been here. No, actually that's fine. While the class that I create the, yeah, we did create the class, so what's wrong? Okay, so we'll just keep trying here. So while scan.has next, info, information, what do we call it? No, we call it file content equals, so plus equals scan.next line plus a new line, escape sequence. So it's going to concatenate. Each line is going to concatenate it to the previous one. That's how it's going to scan it in. So while it scans, it's going to concatenate it. Then we'll say selected user file. Why isn't it coming up? Selected user file equals, no, we'll say selected user file dot set text. Text area, no, sorry. We'll call text area field, text area field dot set text to file content. I think there's an error because nothing's coming up. No suggestions. So then after that, we got our while loop. No, it's just supposed to be one line. Okay, that's weird. Whoops. There we go. That's definitely not where we want it, but that's okay for now. Then we should have to file. No, we're missing a bracket. Yep, something happened because there should be one more bracket here. Great, where do we go wrong here? So we have one bracket here, one bracket there. If else, what's up with this statement? Oh, this is backwards. Why is it backwards? Stupid thing, put it backwards. Now all of these are messed up. I think we're still messed up too. Public void start. Where's the end of this? Where's the end of this and where's the end of the class? Look. Jesus, not even going back there. End of the method. Hello, where are you? It's telling me it's there. That means we would need another one. So then we'll put, so down here, hopefully it works, we'll just say scene equals new scene. We'll pass in for the root node, what do we call it? Text area. So we'll just pass in a text area field. It should work, we'll try it. We'll just set our window to 475. Actually, no, we'll set it to 525 by 525. Then we'll just say primary stage dot set title. What are we doing here? So we're just say file chooser. Then we'll say primary stage dot set scene to scene. Then primary stage dot show to display it on the monitor. Save that, and then under that, wherever that ending of the method is, why does it keep trying to do that? It's so annoying. So then underneath that, type in public static void main string array args. Then just type in the launch method and then pass in the args as parameters, and then just save and run it. Looks like there's an error somewhere. Show open dialog. Should be a capital O here. Run that again. Excuse me. And we'll say text area field should be a capital F. Run that. Save and run. Again. Did that even run? No, it didn't. 24 scanner scan equals, whoops, forgot the new scanner. Scanner scan equals new scanner. Scanner scan equals new scanner. Selected user file. Did we forget to throw IO exception? I think we did. Yes, we did. So we'll say throws IO exception. That should handle that, and save and run it. If you're ever working with IO exception, the class, you have to throw it usually. And we got another spelling mistake. Any input or output to file streams, you're going to need the IO exception. Text area field, another capital. Okay, it's going to work. So a dialog box, it's actually pretty strong, this code, the last few codes we did. So it's actually brought up a select file from your computer, like the whole, you've seen it before. It's a common code, it must be in C++, or if it's been coded in JavaFX or something. It's the same code. You've seen this 100%, I guarantee you've seen the same dialog box. I've seen ones that are even worse than this. They're like not good. This JavaFX, I mean the JavaFX framework, it has a really professional looking dialog box. Better than most that I've seen actually. This is like Microsoft standard. Like even better than some of the dialog boxes I've seen. Like usually it just has that really like almost like super old school one, or doesn't look good at all. You probably know the one I'm talking about. You'll probably see that one again. I've seen those for sure. So if you ever wanted to, if you're ever coding something, you can make those look so much better with just this code, which is cool. So I hope that helps. Again, you won't be able to see mine because I just have a Windows game recorder, so unfortunately it only records one screen at a time. So I will be looking for a screen recorder so I can show you. But if you run the code, you'll see it on your Windows PC, Mac OS, or on Linux. If you're running on any of those, it's gonna come up. Remember, it's dependent on the operating system, so the style and look and feel of it. It's dependent on the operating system, but it is a really professional looking dialog box. Yeah, it is a dialog box, but it's a file chooser. So it's a special kind of dialog box. And this is one of the most professional dialog boxes I've ever seen. This is the best one. Like, I've seen ones like this, but not often. There's a really, really bad one, and there's a one that's like still pretty bad. It's not as bad, but you'll see it. But I hope that helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. We'll import scene, so just hit Alt Shift and Enter.